When you've lived 6 decades and raised generations, you don't expect cruelty to come wrapped in pink glitter paper. But that's exactly how Evelyn Chanel's last Mother's Day as the old Evelyn began. It was a Sunday, shining too brightly for what it was about to witness. She arrived at her daughter Lily's house wearing her cream suit, silk scarf tied just so, a perfume that had once made her husband say she smelled like remembered spring. The grandchildren flooded the hallway, squealing, clinging to her legs. For a beat, life felt perfect. Then came the card. "Read it out loud, Grandma," they cheered. The words at first seemed sweet, rhymes about roses and violets, until the tone turned sharp as ice. "You're becoming too much. Nobody wants you fussing around anymore." Laughter followed. Her son-in-law chuckled first, then Lily, forced, awkward, then freer, until the whole room trembled with amusement. Evelyn's throat tightened. The joke, if that's what they called it, sliced deep enough to wake something ancient in her bones. That night she sat alone in her minimalist apartment, Chanel earrings placed neatly beside a mug of untouched tea. Her hands shook, but her mind didn't. She replayed every decade, the nursing shifts she pulled so Lily could go to college, the savings gone when Lily's husband lost his job, the house down payment she had quietly provided for love. The math was merciless. Evelyn had given away everything that made their comfort possible. Years, money, even her wardrobe when Lily said vintage resale is in. All so she could be mocked by the happy, well-fed proof of her sacrifices. But humiliation can be an excellent teacher. Evelyn opened an old cedar box she had not touched in years, certificates, deeds, passbooks from accounts her family never knew existed. Before she retired, she'd invested half her inheritance from her late aunt in a boutique skincare brand that had unexpectedly gone global. Its quarterly dividends alone now rivaled her daughter's yearly salary. She smiled slowly. They thought she survived on coupons and coffee samples. Across a sleepless night, sorrow hardened into strategy. By dawn, she had made 4 decisions. 1. Cancel every automatic transfer to Lily's account. 2. Sell the small house she rarely visited and close every financial tie. 3. Rewrite her will in favor of a foundation supporting abandoned single mothers. 4. Book a flight, not for a vacation, but for resurrection. The destination? The coastal townhouse in Charleston she had secretly kept since her modeling days, the one with ocean salt etched into the windows. The next day began like a movie montage of quiet power. At the bank, Evelyn walked in wearing black sunglasses, sleek trousers, posture straight as command. Her banker blinked twice. The needy retiree now radiated CEO energy. She said, "I'm reorganizing everything." 2 hours later, she walked out free of all their dependency. At her lawyer's office, she slid the old will across the desk. "This version dies today," she told him. The new one appointed scholarships for girls who wanted to study design, for those who create beauty without cruelty, she explained. When he asked her if she needed time to think, she smiled. "I had 20 years to think, Mr. Henderson. That's enough." That evening, back home, she wrote 2 letters in calligraphed ink on crisp stationery. To Lily, "My darling, this will reach you when I am already gone from your radius. I raised you to be kind, not clever. Somewhere, clever won. The money you casually spent came from hands that stitched dreams so you could live comfortably. Consider this withdrawal of my support a lesson in independence, the one I should have taught earlier. When you remember Mother's Day, remember that love is not a debt, and that you can't laugh at a woman who finally remembers her worth." To Daniel, the son-in-law, You once said I should find a proper place for myself. I have. It has a beach view, private chef, and no one who calls kindness a burden. Take care of your mortgage. It was never my responsibility. It was only my grace. She sealed the letters, placed them beneath the vase of withering roses, and packed one suitcase, silk dresses, a photo of her late mother, and a single glass perfume bottle labeled Number 5. 2 mornings later, she boarded her flight. When the wheels lifted off the ground, Evelyn exhaled decades of disappointment. From 30,000 feet, the city looked tiny, like her family's empathy. After settling in her Charleston townhouse, she partnered with a local nonprofit aiding elderly women abandoned by their families. Word spread that the elegant newcomer, Mrs. Chanel, was funding scholarships and housing projects. Articles appeared. Soon Lily saw them too. So did Daniel. They called, dozens of times. Evelyn didn't block the number, she simply never answered. Because some silences are not empty, they are full of lessons. And every time the tide rolled in against her window, she smiled, not in bitterness, but in the fierce relief of becoming her own rescue. You teach people how to value you by the price you put on your peace. Evelyn Chanel finally raised her most important child, herself.